Y'all knew this was coming. We're talking about more bullying. This is Bullying in Schools number 4. Why are we doing this? You might be asking, why are we doing this? You should be out there. You should be talking about something else. You should be saying positive. Well, right now this is positive. This needs to stop today. And this bullying business never ends. Which is why I created the Stop Bullying and Speak Up group on Facebook. And I've told stories, which we're gonna do in just a minute. But right now, let's look at some more bullying in schools and see if there's anything in the news. Well, there is. There is. There is one. There's two. There's last week. There's 8 hours ago. Let's look at one from September 7th. El Segundo Unified School District must pay $1 million in bullying negligence case. Incidents were allegedly downplayed when the then teenage victim's parents expressed concerns to school officials. Listen to the article.
El Segundo Unified School District must pay $1 million in bullying negligence case. Correction. A previous version of this article misidentified the district involved in this lawsuit. We have updated our story to reflect this change. The El Segundo Unified School District in California must pay $1 million in a bullying lawsuit after a Los Angeles County Superior Court jury found the district negligent in protecting former El Segundo Middle School student Larry Irons from bullying, according to a verdict filed August 25th.
Let's look at that lawsuit real quick, and then we'll read the rest of the article. The case summary in this was from April in 2019. Ellie Irons, a minor individual by and through a guardian ad litem, Christopher Irons filed a other personal injury lawsuit against the school district. This case was filed in Los Angeles County Superior Courts, Van Nuys Courthouse East in Los Angeles, California. Judges overseeing this case are Kristen S. Escalade, Mark Bronson, Michael, something like that. The party details in this, I mean, all these court documents, there is a lot of these documents. So, let's look at a few of these documents. Well, I can't really download because I don't have an account. But still, let's continue.
Irons, who was 13 at the time she was bullied, tormented, and verbally assaulted by 3 other students between November 2017 and June 2018, is said to have suffered significant physical and psychological trauma from incidents that included the creation of a petition titled, "Let's Kill Larry Irons," the Los Angeles Times reports. Irons' parents were reportedly not informed after educators learned of the petition, and when they did express their concerns to school officials, the issues were allegedly dismissed as teenage drama. For schools, the main takeaway should be that most states have laws requiring reasonable responses to bullying claims, regardless of the basis of the bullying, said Bobby True, an attorney with KSB School Law. In alleging negligence, a plaintiff is saying a school's response wasn't reasonable for the situation or in comparison to other schools' responses to bullying. In this case, it seems clear the jury found that the school breached that duty, which caused damages to the plaintiff, True said. Schools should understand that non-compliance with their state laws and policies can be used against them when they are challenged based on their response to allegations of bullying. In addition to highlighting the legal and financial impact schools can face for neglecting to adequately address bullying incidents, the lawsuit also highlights the long-term impact on victims. Students who experience this type of abuse, which in this case included verbal, relational, and cyberbullying, need to be heard and helped, said Amanda Nickerson, director of the Alberti Center for Bullying Abuse Prevention and a professor of school psychology at the University at Buffalo, SUNY, Graduate School of Education. Schools must work with parents and students to change this behavior to eliminate the hostile environment that bullying creates. Naz Modin contributed to this story.
There you go! There you go! That is something you can use against them. If the school says, if the attorney says they're negligent and they can't do anything about it, use that against them, saying, hey, they didn't follow this law, they didn't follow this policy. And then, as the old saying goes, there are two sides to every story. We've heard from one side, from the victims. The school may say, we deny this allegation, blah, 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 and we have every reason, we follow the laws. Of course you do. No question about it. There's no question about it. Now here's one from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Louisiana substitute teacher accused of offering students money to bully and attack their classmate. A Village State video shows the teacher identified as Adriana Smith appeared to congratulate 3 students participating in the attack. Would you imagine that? Imagine, look at this case scenario. Someone bullies you, and yet say, hey, I'll pay you $5, you kick her ass. Okay. Hey. There, kick my ass. Give me my money. Okay. Charges stand from an August 23rd incident at North Carolina Elementary School in Vivian, about 32 miles from Shreveport. Smith, who was a substitute teacher for physical education, offered to pay students $5 a piece to tackle their classmate. The Cattle Parish Sheriff's Office alleged in a statement a possible motive was not disclosed. There was a video that was played, and if I had the video, but this was September 12th. The investigation is still ongoing, and more arrests are being made. But seriously, paying your kids to kick ass? You want to be fired. If it happened in Texas, then be fired. Coming up next, your bullying stories. Your bullying stories from other people. Then, an Oregon school district is getting $3 million for school safety and prevention. And inspecting bullies. Stay with us. Up front tonight, there is more bullying in our schools, and it's up to me, as the creator of the group Stop Bullying Speak Up on Facebook, to put an end to this and to teach school districts to follow the law. Enforce it. No one bullshit. You choose behavior, choose the consequences. Let's look at some stories here. From Kellyanne in Fire Bluff. She writes, I was horrendously bullied, but my biggest upset and anger is with bullying my daughter in Rockport, Texas, while attending the Learning Center in 2nd grade last year, 2021-22 school year. When my little girl told me about being bullied, I emailed her teachers and the school to make them aware of the email I received back, basically saying, we know she is saying she's being bullied, and we have been working on it with her for the past 3 weeks. These teachers and administrators knew for 3 weeks prior to my email about the bullying, yet never notified me. Her mother about the issue, and the way they're working on it with her, telling her she didn't know what bullying was, completely invalidating / negating what was occurring. I removed her for the spring semester and homeschooled her, and then she currently is homeschooled, but also linked with the accredited online Texas school. The damage my child had done to her, both in 1st grade while attending FBISD, and her bullying being the teacher, and the second while attending Aransas County. With the bullying being a fellow classmate, and the teacher's administration, in my opinion, has left a huge scar. My daughter tried to kill herself at the age of 6 in 1st grade. As a mother, parent, guardian, this puts my heart out and angers me to see the lack of accountability and consequences. That's good. It's a good story. But, you know what she would have done? If she would have gone to flatbluffschools.net, clicked on Report a Bully, and talked about this incident, this would have been taken care of like that. But if it didn't taken care of, here's what you would do. Talk to the superintendent. Talk to the superintendent and say, hey, I reported this on your website, this and that, and you guys didn't do anything. Remember that video I showed you a few days ago where 3 girls were bullied but they didn't do shit? this is basically like the same thing. I'm not throwing you guys under the bus. This is basically the same issue here that's going on. And they may even attack me saying, well, we take this bullying business very seriously, blah, 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 blah. Of course. I'm not saying you're not. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. What you need to do is to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Policies need to be put in place. Laws need to be enforced. Let's look at the law in Texas about bullying. This is Senate Bill 179, the full text. That's David's Law, a 32-page law, David's Law. An overview for schools. David's Law makes it possible for students to announce an important incident of any type. Maybe that's what they forgot. They forgot about David's Law. The counselors will, Initiator Council Responsibilities, the council will serve as an impartial, non-reporting resource for conflicts and discord involving two or more students, including accusations of bullying. This will not exempt a school council from any mandatory reporting requirements. Tenant audience, school administrators, school-based law enforcement, school staff, and the teachers.
Appropriately navigate these opportunities.
But here's what they have to say.
Every day, our youth are engaging in opportunities to connect face-to-face and online. Helping them appropriately navigate these opportunities can help combat bullying, cyberbullying, and foster safe and healthy learning environments. I'm here to share information with you today about new legislation that addresses how bullying and cyberbullying are defined and what requirements and options there are for schools. In 2017, the 85th Texas Legislature passed SB 179, which amended current laws related to bullying in the Texas Education Code. The bill, named David's Law, revised the definition of bullying and identified prevention and intervention expectations and reporting procedures.
That's section 37.0832 of the Education Code
for schools in Texas. David's Law also includes specific language to address and define cyberbullying, school reporting requirements to law enforcement, and injunctive measures regarding targeted bullying and cyberbullying.
So that's section 37. So let's go back to this. That's section 37.0832, paragraph A2, section 37.0151, and section 129A.002 of Civil Practice and Remedies Code.
Cyberbullying. Identifying acts of bullying is important because schools, by Texas law, are afforded the opportunity to provide options for conflict resolution or disciplinary placement in an effort to protect students if an act or pattern of acts meets the definition of bullying. Schools must first identify an incident or a series of incidents as bullying in order to determine the best course of action for resolution. It's important to know that just because an act does not meet the definition of bullying, it does not necessarily mean the school cannot take any action. An act may be classified as harassment or assault and warrant intervention. Counseling options and other interventions are an important consideration.
All right, that's enough from her. But Oregon Schools is getting $3 million of federal dollars for school safety prevention. Okay, that's good to keep students safe. But not some very good news. In front of your school, Fenborough homophobic bullying found by the inspectors. The children at Fenborough, New Hampshire, really did not report bullying for fear it might not make it worse. But being inspected, okay, that's okay. But there is more to this story. And coming up next, BPS leaders failed to take action at Mission Hill School, the new report says. We're going to hear from that report, as well as seeing what can be done to prevent this from happening again. Stay with us. Before we press on to bullying, let's get you guys up to speed on Oxford. Michigan schools expand mental health services in the wake of that Oxford shooting. There is more about this. And according to SecondWaveMedia.com, while the COVID-19 pandemic general impact on Michiganders' mental health has sparked widespread conversation about the need for more mental health services in schools, last year's mass shooting at Oxford High School brought new urgency to the issue. The community schools have introduced a host of new mental health supports. That's good. And just last week, the attorney says backpack with gun inside was returned to suspect the Oxford killer on the day of the shooting. There's now new evidence about this. An attorney for the victims of the Oxford shooting held a press conference on Thursday. This was a week ago. Attorney Van Johnson deposed several employees of the school who had directed contact with the accused shooter, Ethan Kremek, prior to November 30th. In case you didn't know, here's a recap of this. He's charged with killing 4 students, injuring 7 other people, including a teacher. He's facing murder and terrorism charges. If he's convicted, he could face life in prison as an adult. Crumley's parents, Jennifer and James, are facing manslaughter charges. Several lawsuits have been filed against the school district alleging negligence. If they're convicted, again, they could face life in prison. But the evidence is the drawings and everything. But that press conference could hold evidence of what's going on. So that's what you have.
Listen to.
But the signs haven't been stopped yet. So things have got to change. Okay, what about Uvalde? What's happening with those officers? Well, there's now the first federal lawsuit. The Uvalde survivors have now filed a first federal lawsuit. It names the Uvalde School District, police force, and gun distributors. So yesterday was the lawsuit filed in a court in Del Rio, Texas, in the Uvalde District Police Force and the gun distributors. The lawsuit includes Oasis Outback, the gun shop where the shooter picked up his weapons before the day of the attack, and Daniel Defense, the gun manufacturer. The complaint alleges that the gun maker markets to young males like the suspected shooter. But the Uvalde School District ran to comment on the litigation. The city of Uvalde, but the rest of them did not comment. But the school district said to ABC News earlier Thursday it has hired JPBI Investigations, a private investigative firm, to conduct an independent review of the police actions. I mean, if they have to file a lawsuit, then that's fine. That's their choice. So, you want to comment? Okay, it's your choice. Okay, there's more bullying when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are still talking about more bullying as well as sharing your stories. BPS leaders failed to take action at Mission Hill School, the new report says. A new report is blaming Boston public school leaders for failing to take action at the troubled Mission Hill School. The 8K school closed down earlier this year after an investigation found the school did not protect students from threats of sexual misconduct and abuse from other students in a nearby decade. The latest report notes there was a lack of responsiveness across the system and lack of accountability. But there's now a federal lawsuit. In a lawsuit filed against the Jamaica Plains School earlier this month, 2 parents suing the city of Boston and 3 former Mission Hill employees accused the staff of failure to report and address the bullying. That lawsuit alleges that the principal discouraged students from reporting physical and sexual abuse, and also claims disability and civil rights laws were not followed. It closed back in June following a stated report released by April by attorneys from the law firm, which detailed major issues apparently going on at the school. The independent investigation found that 8K programs failed to protect students from threats of sexual misconduct. This past spring, several parents shared their experiences they've had with the school. The latest lawsuit also alleges students and aggressors were protected by teachers and the victims were retaliated against for reporting this behavior. But the attorneys representing the school declined to comment. I think they may just say, well, we had no this and that and the other, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But has there been any? But I don't think there's probably been more bullyings in the week. So I don't know what to tell you. But during the pandemic, bullying fell. But the Young Turks, you have their own opinions, and in 5 minutes, and in 60 seconds, we'll hear from the Young Turks about what they claim about bullying. Because they have their own opinions about this. Before we move on with the Young Turks, there's probably, could have been like when kids skip school because of bullying, because they didn't want to deal with it, parents would be like, why you ditched school today? Because I was bullied. They'd be like, why you ditched school today? Because I was sick. What do you mean you were sick? You were sick 2 months ago. Heck, you're lying for. What do you mean you were bullied? I was picked on and no one did anything. What you lying for? Alright, here's the Young Turks on a story that, back in 2014.
The ACLU in Louisiana has filed a federal lawsuit against the Negrete High School in Louisiana after it turns out that one of their 6th grade teachers, a woman by the name of Rita Rourke, refuses to teach about evolution or the Big Bang Theory. Instead, she likes to teach about creationism. Keep in mind that this is a public school, and it's also being accused of discriminating against a Buddhist student who is going by the name CC. We don't know his or her true identity. Now, the ACLU says that the school has a long-standing custom, policy, and practice of promoting and including Christian beliefs. And among the many things that are taught by this 6th grade teacher, she also says that the universe was created by God about 6,000 years ago. And she also says that the Big Bang Theory and evolution are false.
No, those are facts that you should teach kids.
No, it gets better though, Cenk. It gets better.
I love the nice.
She allegedly told the students, if evolution was real, it would still be happening. Apes would be turning into humans today.
I'm glad she's teaching the next generation of Americans. Okay. She really thinks that an ape would be like, wait a minute.
It would have been like this. I got her twerking as an ape. On the family TV. But I'm being dead serious here. Now.
She's teaching 6th graders.
Jesus.
That's insane. She also had this one quiz to the students that said the following. Isn't it amazing the blank has made, or what the blank has made, with like a million exclamation marks, and of course the correct answer is Lord. That's not,
you can't have that be a real test question in a public school. And what kind of question is it? Isn't it amazing what the Lord has made?
What the Lord has made?
Why don't you ask him what the fox says? I can't believe it. I've literally never seen an easier case for the ACLU.
I know.
They're gonna crush this school district.
Hopefully.
Ooh,
I hope
yeah.
they do.
It's a
That
no-brainer,
school is
man. And it's not
bullying
just
kids.
her.
It's not just her. It's actually the superintendent of the entire district, okay? They're very unapologetic about this. In fact, the Buddhist student who complained, went to her, and apparently Rita Rourke said, you're stupid if you don't believe in God.
He said, yeah, look, I'm a Buddhist. I don't necessarily believe in your God. And that's what she says to him in the middle of the class.
Ooh.
I've never seen a more open and shut case. How can you tell that we're America? We're supposed to be open to... have you ever read the First Amendment? We can't establish a religion. You can't go around saying, if you don't believe my religion, you're stupid, to a 6th grader. So now that's Rourke, the teacher. Then they go to the superintendent.
Yes, okay.
And what does she say?
So when the outraged parents confronted Sabine Parrish, Superintendent Sarah Erb said the incidents, she allegedly told them, this is the Bible Belt, and that they shouldn't be offended to see God here. She also advised that CC should either change his faith or be transferred to another district or district school where there are more Asians.
Oh,
That is racist.
it just keeps getting worse, man. Okay, she obviously thinks all Asians are Buddhists, which is not remotely true. And how do you, at a public school saying, oh yeah, why don't you go where there's more Asian kids?
That's
Then
racist.
they need to go 25
That is
miles
a
away to another
racist
school because
statement.
obviously the kid's like traumatized, doesn't feel like he belongs there. The teacher's making fun of him. The superintendent doesn't give a damn. It's insanity. And apparently, like the ACLU pointed out, this is not just the superintendent and teachers. It's the whole school system. There's class after class that's teaching you that Christianity
Yeah,
rocks.
they have
and it's
a case
amazing
right there.
what Jesus of Nazareth has made. And so, yeah, no, you can't do that in a public school. That's establishing a religion. I can't believe that school still exists and operates that way in the year 2014. Hopefully they won't in the year 2015 after the ACLU gets through with it.
Damn. We have time for one more. There was a Texas school police find a bullied girl in school. So there's time for one more.
I went to a movie without checking what the flick, and I thought,
I immediately regret this decision.
I should have checked what the flick first.
Students in Texas are now being sent to criminal court for simple disruptions in class, all right? And it's because of a 2-decade-old law that they've established in the state of Texas. We have a local news report that features a 6-year-old girl by the name of Sarah. This story is ridiculous on so many different levels, and it perfectly illustrates how stupid zero tolerance is. Let's go to the video.
Imagine what it must be like to be the girl taunted in junior high, the one other kids tease. At South Austin's Fulmore Middle School, that girl is Sarah.
Yeah, I've been always bullied since 2nd grade.
Last February, some kids in Sarah's 6th grade math class told her she smelled, so she dabbed on some perfume. That's when her trouble started.
I didn't do anything wrong. I just sprayed it on because I thought I didn't smell good. Next thing you know, the whole class complains for no reason.
Sarah says her teacher took her out of class and told a police officer assigned to the school that she was being disruptive. That officer wrote Sarah this ticket, a Class C misdemeanor. It cited her for disruption of class and assessed a $150 fine. Sarah's attorney says the tickets are common in Texas and argues they send the wrong message.
We're basically criminalizing school discipline. So things that you or I would have been sent to the principal's office for, a child now may receive a ticket for, and they end up in the criminal justice system very, very young.
Oh, you bumped your glass? Ticket. Oh, you farted in class? Ticket. Oh, you're bullying her? Ticket. You farted in class? Ticket. You're bullying her? Ticket. You want to fight in class? Ticket. You want to talk about in class? Ticket.
So he wasn't there, he didn't see it.
No.
Sarah's mother couldn't believe what happened.
I think it's wrong. If you don't see it, how can you say she disturbed the class?
Exactly.
A rise in school violence in Texas, like the kind in this YouTube clip, convinced the legislature to get tougher on school crime. In the mid-90s, lawmakers added something called Chapter 37 to the state's education code. It gave every school district in the state the option of creating its own police force. According to Texas Appleseed, an Austin-based nonprofit law foundation, it also may have led to...
All right. Let's wrap this up and see what the Young Turks say.
and could stay on a student's record.
Oh, what are we doing in the United States? Okay, this 11-year-old girl wore perfume to class. Students complained about it, so she got a $150 fine. What are we doing?
No, it's totally unacceptable. And you know what happens is that once they start handing out the fines, then the system has an incentive to do it more and more because it becomes a source of revenue for them. So then they start writing all these criminal misdemeanor tickets, as they said, as young as 6, just to raise money for their probably for their division. It's heinous. And then these kids have a criminal record. Second of all, that girl looked like she was being bullied, and then she's the one who gets punished. But even if she wasn't being bullied and she was disruptive in class, That is not a criminal case.
Yes!
No, we've lost our minds.
And I feel so bad for that kid. First of all, just changing the topic a little bit. When that kid was saying, look, I put perfume on because I thought I smelled. Oh my God. I wanted to go to that school and open a can of whoop ass.
Ooh,
that is
that's
not
a threat.
Acceptable, okay? You're 100% right, Cenk. This kid feels like she's being bullied. She is being bullied. She's doing something
She's
to
a victim.
avoid being bullied.
You can't
and then she
punish
gets
the
punished for it.
victims.
It's unbelievable. Her mom must be just enraged, because I'm enraged and that's not even my child.
Anna, do you know what's the first show I watch outside of the Young Turks? In fact, I don't even watch the Young Turks because I'm on the Young Turks.
Mm-hmm.
What the flick?
Oh, do you really?
I'm not.
We don't want to hear that. Jeez. More bullying stories tomorrow from your stories, and we're gonna hear about a story about Amanda Todd, who was being bullied, and a teen girl accused of bullying for criticizing Israel. And also the bullying that leads to suicide and sentenced to how many years in prison? We'll tell you, as well as a bus monitor bullied with an update. All that from the Young Turks, plus your stories tomorrow. So if you have stories to share, you can post it on the Facebook. If you'd like to figure out how to stop bullying, you can visit the newsletter at givemebreak.substack.com with tips and information, as well as clips from videos that you might see that you saw on the episode. And you can join the Stop Bullying Speak Up group and take the bullying pledge. All next month on October, we're going to be talking about bullying as well as what you can do to make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's put an end to this, and let's take this very seriously as concerned citizens and parents, and tell schools, straighten up. Follow the law, enforce it. That's all for this edition of Give Me a Break Friday. We'll see you again tomorrow night for Give Me a Break Saturday night, and for all of us here at Give Me a Break and YouTube. Good night, everyone.